Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Muphidaht and I would like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel. We are almost at 100k. I am so excited. Oh my god, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I'm so grateful to you guys. So today I am going to be showing you guys how to enhance your natural features, a really subtle natural makeup look. This is pretty much not going to be like your typical full glam look. This is going to be on the subtle side, very beginner friendly. Everything that I use will be listed down below in the description box. Also, I'll be listing them on the screen. Hopefully I remember to do that when I'm editing. Yeah, so I think I've pretty much covered everything. So if you want to see how this video goes down, carry on watching and let's just get right into it. Okay, so getting straight into it, you guys should know that I have oily combination skin. As much as I have oily combination skin and I want my makeup to last long and all that, you know, it's very important to moisturize your skin before doing anything. I used the first moisturizer. This is an amazing moisturizer. I use that on my skin. My skin feels moisturized. So getting straight into it, you want to prime your skin. I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter True Matte Primer. I have oily combination skin, so I tend to go for this version. I had the soft matte one previously, but that just was not mattifying enough for me. So this is what I like to use. There's a hydrating version, there's a soft matte version, and there's a true matte version. So you can just go ahead and like pick whichever suits you. So I'm gonna go in with some primer. So yeah, next thing, as you can see, I have some blemishes on my face. I have hyperpigmentation on my face, which is very normal, very natural. Every person has hyperpigmentation. If you don't, bless you, but if you do, that's okay, it's beautiful. I'm gonna use a color corrector. This is from LA Pro Conceal. This is the orange concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use just a little bit onto my skin. I'm just gonna put it over the points where I have problems, like my problem areas, which is my mustache area and my under eyes. I'm not gonna cover like every single thing, but the ones that are like so prominent. So this is it. This is all I'm going to do, and I'm gonna go in with a beauty blender. You should dampen your beauty blender. When I say dampen, make it wet, squeeze every single drop of water out of it, put it in a towel or a paper cloth, and then squeeze it again, and then you're gonna have it damp. You don't want to have a wet beauty blender, you want to have it damp. So yeah, I'm just going to go over those areas lightly, just to blend out color corrector. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it pretty much just neutralized the darkness of that area. I'm just gonna blend this out as well. You should know that on days where I do not do color correcting, it means I'm using a full coverage foundation and I'm doing like full glam. So I really just skip the step of color correcting because I just think it's unnecessary. I'm just gonna blend my under eye so you guys can see the difference. Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell, but look at the difference. Like, this is pretty much really the darkness under my eyes has just completely vanished. Well, not completely, but it looks so much better than this side. Okay, so now my face looks a little orange, but the hyperpigmentation is very much toned down. This step you can skip if you're going to use a full coverage foundation. Now, pro tip, if you're doing your makeup, you should have a wet wipe and a tissue paper by you always. Wet wipe to clean behind your hand when you're doing your makeup always, and a paper towel to squeeze your beauty blender to take out any excess product. Every beauty blender or blending sponge always sucks a little bit of extra product, and if you're going to be using the same sponge to blend out your makeup, you should, as you can see, the extra product is gonna come out. You literally just put the sponge in and just squeeze out the extra product, and yeah, good to go ahead and blend the rest of your face. Okay, so now we're gonna dive into foundation. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I'm in the shade 390. You want to shake up your foundation each time you use it. Whoa, I'm gonna do my brows first because there's not much to do when it comes to my brows, because I got my brows microbladed. However, I have a detailed brow tutorial on my channel, so I'm literally just going to fill out the points where seem a little sparse to me, and I will just go ahead and just sculpt it out. I'll show you guys how I do that, but I'm using the Evita Joseph Expert Brow Liner. I'm just gonna go below my brows and then on top of my brows. And I'm just, you know, making the side a little longer. I'm gonna do the same for this side. I'm gonna quickly run a spoolie through just to make sure there's no product literally sticking to the hairs of my brows, so that it doesn't look like clumpy. Okay, so now back to the foundation. I'm just gonna shake it up and apply it onto my skin. I'm going to use like a flat brush. I'm gonna go in with 2 pumps of foundation at the back of my hand. You don't want to like squeeze the foundation onto your skin like I always do. If you're a beginner, you want to put it at the back of your hand, or this palette thing that they have in stores these days, especially for makeup artists. You want to have it at the back of your hand and just warm it up a little bit and go ahead and spread it out on your skin evenly. For blending my foundation, I'm going to be using a brush. This brush is from CVL Beauty. I like to use this brush to blend my foundation. The coverage of this foundation is very sheer. It's medium to buildable. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation, so if you want to opt for a full coverage foundation, that's okay. Now, of course, I'm not done blending out my foundation. I am going to sculpt my brows out with a pump of the foundation. I just added about half a pump of foundation, and I'm gonna go in with a flat brush like this. I'm literally just going to like okay guys, so as soon as you like sculpt the bottom part, you want to go ahead and blend it out because this foundation is matte and you don't want it sitting on your face and blended too long. So I'm literally just blending what's on the bottom part of my brows out. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and sculpt the top part of my brows with my foundation so that it doesn't appear like the halo. This is literally the easiest way to sculpt out the top part of your brows with your foundation. So again, I'm just following the shape. So again, I'm going back in with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. I'm just using that to blend out my brows. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the butt of the beauty blender, and I am literally just going to put some of the products on the brush at the back of the beauty blender, because sometimes the beauty blender, why do I keep calling this a beauty blender? The sponge just lifts some of the makeup off your skin, so you want to apply like just a little bit of product from the brush before you go back into blend. I can see some of my skin peeking through the foundation. That's completely okay if you're not using a full coverage foundation. For contouring and highlighting, I'm gonna be using the Juvia's Place foundation stick and the the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. So for concealing, I want to have like a little bit of a lifted look to look a little awake. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply some concealer right here and then right here as well. This is literally all I'm applying under my eyes. That's all of it. I'm also gonna be applying some concealer on here to help conceal my mustache area. I'm gonna apply some concealer here to give it a lifting effect. Also on the bridge of my nose, as well as my forehead. So this is pretty much all the concealer I'm gonna be applying onto my skin. So I'm gonna let this sit on my face a bit, only because it's gonna give it a little more full coverage, and I just really like to blend it out when it has marinated on my skin a little bit. Now you don't want to try this out with any concealer out there. The Too Faced concealer can sit on my face and not dry down matte, but if it's a matte concealer, you want to blend it out right away. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my contour stick. I'm gonna put that right on my cheekbones because I want to have like a lifted cheekbones, and actually have like high cheekbones on my face. I don't know if you guys can tell, so I want to enhance that effect. So I'm literally going to apply it right below my cheekbones, and I'm also gonna apply that onto my hairline because I have a huge forehead and I'm just trying to make it a little bit smaller. I like my forehead, but I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. And for my jawline, I'm just gonna apply that here and here and here. That's pretty much it because I'm enhancing my features. So yeah, do you, boo. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my contour first, just because I want to. You can blend out your highlights first, it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go in and blend my contour into my hairline. This is gonna give my forehead a natural shadow. I'm gonna go ahead and blend my contour, the one on my cheekbones. I'm gonna blend it upwards like so. And I'm gonna blend this out just to cover my entire jawline and chin. You don't want to swirl the brush, you want to just keep patting it like so. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this side. Remember, upwards. Now for highlighting, I'm going to blend it out with my Real Techniques contour brush. I like to blend out with a brush just because it gives me a little bit more control. So I'm gonna start blending out what's on my chin. And I'm gonna start with my mustache area. And then my forehead. Done with my forehead. I'm gonna go ahead and blend what's under my eyes. I'm blending it down the sides of my nose, and then I'm literally just gonna drag it upwards, and I'm gonna make sure it stays right here. I don't know if you guys realize this, but this part of my face is kind of lifted. I'm gonna do the same for this side. A brush gives me so much control. I really do love to blend my products with brushes. It just makes everything easier. So for my nose contour, I'm gonna go in with like a thin brush. This brush is from Color Box Cosmetics. It's just like a pointed and fluffy, so you want to use that to blend out the nose contour so that it literally just stays put where you want it to. We're going back in with a beauty blender. First off, I'm gonna go in with the pointy side to blend out my under eyes. Now I look nice and sculpted. I'm gonna go in with the butt of the beauty blender to go over where I cream contoured or cream bronzed, just to make it appear a little softer. I'm also gonna go over the area around my jawline. Now everything looks really nice and soft and blended out. I didn't contour my nose. I'm gonna do that in just a sec. I'm going back in with the same Juvia Space Contour, and I'm literally just drawing 2 lines down the bridge of my nose from underneath my eyebrows. I'm going in with a brush like this. It's a little bit slanted and it's fluffy, and I'm just going to start blending my contour from the area under my eyebrow, like towards the side. You can actually just do this so you can get in there properly, and I'm literally just going to just keep tapping down my nose. I'm not going to be doing any fancy nose contouring like what's on Instagram, because I literally cannot take that much time to do my nose. So that's all the nose contouring I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go back in with a beauty blender to blend out the products to make sure it looks a little less harsh. So that's about it for my nose contouring. Now we are going back to the eyebrows. I'm going in with the concealer that I used to highlight, which is the Too Faced. I'm going to sculpt the bottom part of my brows, just cause when you like trim your brows or like get your brow shaped, you have this highlighted look under the brow. So I'm going to mimic that effect. So I'm going to use a concealer that is like 3 shades lighter than me, literally what I use to highlight. So I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush and literally just trace the brow area, like my brow bone. And I'm going to drag the concealer onto my eyelid, and I'm going to buff it out with a Real Techniques crease brush. So yeah, I have completely blended everything out. I'm gonna go in with a beauty blender to do some extra blending. For setting powder, I'm going in with the Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna go in with a little bit. I'm gonna tap off the excess and push it under your eyes. Now my eyebrows and my eyelids are all set. Gotta make sure to set my nose as well as my forehead. If you're an oily girl, do not be shy with the powder. Do not be shy with the powder. Use as much powder as you want, but the trick is to set before you bake, or set before using a lot of powder. Like, you don't want to go in with so much powder just to set a little bit of concealer. It's gonna appear really cakey. So I'm gonna go over my entire face. I dip the butt of the beauty blender into the powder. Literally, this is all I'm going to do. If you're a dry girl, you want to avoid doing this because your face will be so dry. But if you're oily, take this tip. It's literally going to make your face look airbrushed. And also it would enable your blush, if you're using a powder blush or a powder bronzer, to enable it to go on smoother, blend it out smoother. Your bronzer would appear, or your bronzer or your blush would appear patchy if you do not set your face properly. Like when you put it there, the powder from the bronzer would like set that side, and it's gonna be difficult to move it. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but that's what usually happens to me. So now for my dry girls, you guys can just completely avoid this part. But if you're oily, you can definitely do some baking after you set your concealer, of course. I'm just gonna bake the sides of my nose and, you know, under my eyes. I'm gonna bake my smile lines as well, and I'm just gonna do just a little bit of reverse contouring. That is pretty much it for my baking. If you're not going to do anything to your eyes, this is what you do if you have tiny lashes like myself. You're going to tight line with a brown eyeliner. This is the Davis Cosmetics eyeliner. I use it for my lips, my eyes, everywhere, literally. So I'm just going to put that in here and like drag it back and forth. It's gonna appear really nice, very soft and subtle. Like this is pretty much it. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. This looks so much defined than this one. So I'm gonna do the same for this eye. I'm also going to tight line the top part of my eyes, like as close to my lash line as possible, just to give me the illusion of thicker eyelashes. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my face. I'm gonna be using my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Coconutty. You want to use like a really soft bronzer, like a soft color, not like a harsh dark color. So you want to just go over your cheekbones, and then you just want to pat over your hairline. And I'm just going to go over my chin. I'm also going to contour my nose. So I'm going to define my crease. With that, I'm just going to use my bronzer. You can also use a brown eyeshadow to do this step. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the powder off my face. Any excess powder that's just like sitting on my face. Now I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder just to make sure everything on my face is okay. I'm using the powder brush from Real Techniques. I'm avoiding the area under my eyes because I definitely did bake that, so I don't want to go in with any extra powder. Now you have to be light-handed with the Sephora powder. You want to use like a big ass brush like this just to go over your entire face. Like that's about it. So now I'm going to be applying some cream blush. This is a blush from Liz Beauty. This is a new cream blush. I really do like how cream blushes come out, and this is gonna change the game if you have oily skin, because this one is like, it dries down matte, but it's so like really nice. So I'm gonna just put my beauty blender into it like so, and I'm literally just going to smile, and I'm literally just putting it on my cheekbones. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it like gives me like a slight lifted thing going on my cheekbones. It's like really nice. I'm also gonna like just apply a little bit more. I'm gonna do same for this side. also gonna put just a little bit on my nose, but this gives me like a really nice lifted effect. It's kind of glowy. It's like really pretty. I really do love how it looks. Now I'm gonna go in with my blush slash highlighter. This is the Nars Taj Mahal. It has some specks of highlighter in it, which is very natural. It's so pretty. I really do love how it looks. I'm gonna put some of the blush onto my eyelids so that it matches my cheeks, but look, it has this really nice golden effect, which I really like. So I'm gonna do same for this side. This is really nice and natural looking. I'm also going to apply some onto my cheekbones. Like literally right on top of the cream blush that I use, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. The setting spray I'm gonna be using is the airbrushed flawless finish from Tilbury. I can't wait for you guys to see how all this like just settles into my skin. Whilst my skin is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. I'm using the Huda Beauty mascara just because it just gives my lashes like a really nice lifted effect. What I'm gonna do now is to apply like my Got2b gel onto my eyebrows because I want them to appear a little fluffy than usual. So just gonna use that to like lift my brow hairs. So yeah, that's about it for my eyebrows. I'm going to apply some of the blush into my inner corners just because it has a little bit of a highlight to it. I really do love how this looks. I don't know if you guys can tell the glow on my skin. Even though I have oily skin, I can go out like this and be confident that my face isn't gonna melt off. I just love the combination of products. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with my Davis Cosmetics lip liner. Now the NYX Cosmetics also has a dark brown lip liner, so you want to look out for a dark brown lip liner. Now I'm gonna go in with my NYX Cosmetics lip cream in the shade Berlin. It's like a brown color, but it's like really natural looking. Guys, I didn't know that my camera cut off on me, but what I did was I went in with my Fenty Gloss Bomb cream in the shade Fenty Glow. I just put that on the center of my lip and that was pretty much it. I didn't do anything else to my face or my skin or my lips. But yeah, that's about it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video and thank you so much for all the support. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. We are almost at 100k, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking happy. Everything I used to be listed down below in the description box. Let me know if you want to see like an affordable version of this look, but this is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.